Dr. Oby Ezekwesili recently addressed lawyers at the Nigerian Bar Association conference with a fiery warning. She said, "Stop trading the legal profession and handing it over to a bunch of lousy politicians who want to destroy generations here and unborn."
There's something important that Dr. Oby Ezekwesili has to say, just in 30 seconds.
Seconds. All right. I am glad you guys are here to listen to me. And maybe you won't invite me again after I'm done. You represent the heartbeat of professionalism in our country, in any society. I think it's important that we don't laugh through the conditions that we find ourselves as a people. You're the best of minds. Anyone who is able to train and become a lawyer in Nigeria represents the elite of our society. What's going on is an abandonment of responsibility by the elite of our country. The truth is, the people of this country, the larger population of the poor, are almost trapped in intractable poverty. Some 133 million are perniciously in that state of poverty. One thing that is fundamental are the choices that we make as a people. And guess what? The lawyers determining the rule of law of this society and what is rewarded, what is punished, at the heart of it. The question that I hope your conference this year would force each of you to ask is, should there be an evaluation of what our profession has done to provide the necessary guardrails for the behavior of our political class? It's not to be that we, as the privileged class, for as long as you're educated, you're a privileged class, we need to understand that this society lays prostrate for the poor right now, some 133 million of them, that a distorted incentive society is making it impossible for them to actually have a quality of life that is close enough to just being normal. And therefore, I am praying that as the legal profession, you can agree that there is serious discussions that are making it difficult for incentives to align in the direction where hard work is rewarded. This country has to go back to rewarding hard work. This idea that politics is the pathway to becoming wealthy is an anomaly. Any profession that is rewarding this kind of prebendalist behavior cannot be a profession that cares about tomorrow. But I do know that I know some of you, and you're some of the best minds that we have in this society. So, stop trading this profession. Stop giving this profession over to a bunch of lousy politicians that want to destroy generations here and unborn. Don't invite me again. Even if you invite me, I may not come again. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, the final, just hold on. Hold on.
Don't invite me again. Even if you invite me, I may not come. Her statement is a stinging indictment of how the political class manipulates the justice system to suit their interests. The legal profession is supposed to be the last hope of the common man, but what happens when it becomes a marketplace where justice is sold to the highest bidder? Are we comfortable watching the very people meant to protect our rights compromise their integrity? Do we truly understand what's at stake when institutions collapse in the hands of corrupt politicians? Now, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, in his recent conversation with the President of Brazil, reportedly claimed, "Since I took over, no more corruption in Nigeria, everything is going well." This statement,
the reform that I've embarked upon since I took over in Nigeria, has been very impactful. I can beat my chest for that. It was initially painful, but today the result is blossoming. It's getting clearer to the people. We have more money to the economy, no more corruption. We have the governor of Central Bank here. You don't have to know him before you get the foreign exchange that you need. The speculators are out in our currency market. The door is open for businesses. Easy in, easy out.
Has sparked both outrage and disbelief among Nigerians who are daily confronted with stories of embezzlement, mismanagement, and worsening economic realities. While leaders must project confidence to the international community, can such bold claims hold weight when ordinary citizens cannot feel the impact in their daily lives? Nigerians are asking, is this narrative an attempt to polish our image abroad, or is it a reflection of a government disconnected from the suffering of its people? And most importantly, can we afford to normalize political propaganda when the reality on ground tells a different story? On the regional stage, Kenyan President William Ruto has once again been accused of a use and dump strategy, with critics calling him an expert in exploiting alliances only to abandon them when it suits his ambition. In Africa,
and not now through these MPs under the bus. And I told these MPs, I remember telling them, this man, I know him, I've been his deputy. He's an expert in use and dump. And the day you lose favor with the public because of following him blindly, he'll abandon you in high noon. What has happened, Vaughn, because I want to tell these members of parliament and put them into perspective. To start with, William Ruto was complaining not about people being bribed with the 10 million. He seemed agitated that the 10 million bribe that was given did not reach the members. That's what appeared to be disturbing him. He didn't have a problem with the corruption per se. He seemed pained that somebody has paid 10 million, and he was asking the members of parliament, did you receive the money? And they were there saying, no, we did not receive, which means he was confirming that him and members of parliament have a working relationship, and he was trying to find out whether this bribe reached those people. What has happened, Yvonne, is that William Ruto is in every scandal in this country, and I believe
in this political space, leaders like Ruto are often celebrated as reformers, but time and again, questions of loyalty, consistency, and integrity resurface. If true, what does this say about the kind of leadership Africa continues to recycle? Are African leaders simply using one another as stepping stones while the people they govern remain trapped in cycles of poverty and exploitation? How long will Africans tolerate leaders who treat politics like a personal chessboard instead of a collective responsibility? The common thread in all these developments is the question of truth, accountability, and leadership. When respected voices like Dr. Ezekwesili cry out against the capture of institutions, when Nigerian leaders make claims that clash with the realities of citizens, and when African leaders are accused of betrayal, it forces us to ask, what kind of future are we building? Are we prepared to confront these truths, or will we continue living in denial while generations unborn inherit a broken system? The choice, ultimately, belongs to the people. A nation that refuses to ask hard questions cannot find honest answers. And so, as we close, remember this: true freedom is not given by leaders, it is claimed by a people who refuse to surrender their destiny.